America is a myth, and the United States is on stolen land. Remember that at this time last year, law enforcement descended upon water protectors gathered at Standing Rock, firing rubber bullets, tear gas, and water cannons as they peacefully prayed for the Minnesota, the Missouri River, against the Dakota Access Pipeline. And just last week, 210,000 gallons of oil were leaked from the Keystone XL pipeline in South Dakota, near the boundaries of the Lake Traverse Reservation. So while there's nothing wrong with sitting down with loved ones to share a meal and give thanks, here's some advice on how to do that and not erase the native peoples of this land. First, we have to get rid of this ridiculous story about pilgrims and Indians breaking bread together. While pilgrims, really Puritan separatists, did in fact land in Wampanoag territory, and the Wampanoags may have welcomed them, by which I mean didn't let them die even as they faced their own genocide. The barely surviving settlers did not invite the so-called Indians to turkey dinner. There may have been an impromptu shared meal from a first successful harvest after Squanto showed the Puritans how to survive, and there was some goodwill as the meal likely laid the groundwork for a treaty of mutual protection. That didn't last long, however, because in 1637, English settlers massacred over 700 Pequot Indians. The next day, Massachusetts Bay Governor William Bradford called for a day of Thanksgiving to be acknowledged in all the churches for our victories against the Pequots. It wasn't until 1863 that President Lincoln declared it a national holiday. It was his attempt to unify the nation as it endured the ravages of the Civil War. A year later, he presided over the largest mass execution in United States history, ordering 38 Dakota men to be publicly hanged. Their crime? Defending their peoples, who were being hunted down, killed, and forcibly removed from their land onto reservations. Second, acknowledge that wherever you are, you're on native land, land that belongs to people who are still here. In many countries like Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, it's common practice to acknowledge the indigenous lands upon which events and gatherings happen. If you're unsure about how to perform such acknowledgments, the U.S. Department of Arts and Culture just produced a guidebook called How to Honor Native Land. And this website helps you plug in any city in North America to find the appropriate Native peoples. And understand, this isn't just a practice about acknowledging history. This is about acknowledging that Native peoples are still here and that removal and occupation is ongoing. In the United States alone, there are 4.5 million Native Americans and Alaska Natives, and over 500 federally recognized tribes. Native peoples are still under threat of elimination. They're not only fighting against pipelines and big oil at Standing Rock and Lake Traverse, but also in Canada, the Philippines, Peru, Honduras, and in many sites across the globe. Indigenous peoples are putting their bodies on the line, protecting against the violent extraction of oil, gas, timber, and minerals, for which they're being killed at increasing rates. Genocide is still happening. So as you sit down with your family and friends, take some time to consider these points. It's uncomfortable for sure, but nothing's going to change if we don't start by acknowledging what is happening right now to Indigenous peoples. But also be thankful that despite centuries of irregular warfare, we are still here. We are professors, doctors, lawyers, musicians, artists, poets, chiefs, mothers, and protectors. Teach yourself and help others to learn that Native peoples persist, fighting each and every day for this nation to honor its treaties, and in so doing, to live up to its promise.